Hey y'all, I'm here. I'm finally here. Welcome. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, all that. The like is free. Come on in. I know it's been a minute, so we might be a little slow catching up, but come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, good evening, y'all. Welcome. We'll give people a few minutes to get in. It's going to be a minute, probably. I've been not here for so long. Come on in, hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'll give y'all a few minutes to get on in here. Happy Friday. Good evening. I said when I came live, I want to see how many people come in because it's been so long. And when you're not on YouTube consistently like that, people just move right on along. And so hopefully we can get it back to where we left off. Give me a second. Hey y'all, come on in. Welcome. Happy Friday. Hi Harlem. Who else is in here with us? Let us know where you're tuning in from. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We'll give people just a little bit to come in. Welcome everybody. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Come on in. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. Got my water. I'm ready. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm gonna say like 30 more seconds and we'll just jump in. I just have a few topics. I'm trying to get caught back up, like I said, from not being here. Thank y'all for being patient with me, but I'm back. Trying to get back in the swing of things the best we can. So thank y'all for being here. It's a lot going on though. It's a lot going on that we could talk about. I've been watching. Welcome everybody. Hit the like button as you come in. It's a free way to support the channel. We appreciate it. Happy Friday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to start out with 50 Cent. We're going to start out with 50. Let me see if I can get my it's a lot. Harlem. I'm like, dang. So I don't know if y'all see AT2, if y'all ever watch him or whatever. But he was saying that like I don't know if his numbers was going down or whatever. He was like, but there is so much to talk about. Nobody can say they don't have any content because there is content. So you can just take your pick, whatever it is you want to talk about. I'm gonna get that out of my nail. That's not cute. That's not this week. Did you see the Clintons? Yes. That they was deposed, that they had their they had to show up and testify for the Epstein files. Is that right? We can talk about that too. One of the guys on TikTok was playing their deposition. Bill is a funny guy. So I haven't looked at the full deposition yet once they've released it, but I'm kind of side-eyeing Bill Clinton on a couple of things. Like because I don't feel like for me, I don't feel like Bill Clinton was totally honest. Hey, right? About what he knows, right? And I also, at that point, when he was around Clinton, when he was around Epstein, he was kind of like in his prime, right? That's when, if he was messing with Monica Lewinsky and allowed that to happen, and you're at an Epstein party, like, I just don't believe that he don't know more than what he's saying. But like, that's what I'm saying about the depositions. People are going to play crazy, whether they was there or not. They're going to act like they don't know nothing. Everybody is like, I knew him before his crimes were made known. So like, I don't know. But, and then if you notice with Hillary, her response was that I recall I had never met him. Come on. Ghislaine Maxwell was at your daughter's wedding, but she was a +1. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I don't believe in. I like Bill and Hillary. I like them. But I just want people, when are people going to get on the stand and just tell the truth? Or is it that we just want them to say something that just ain't there, that just really didn't happen? So I don't know. Like in the when they asked him about the hot tub, like, okay, maybe it weren't those girls, but we saw the pictures that they redacted. I just don't feel like we're getting the full truth. And it's because they're not going to come and say nothing because they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to be accountable for anything that they did to anybody. Now, I don't know what all Hillary's involvement was, but I don't believe that she just didn't meet him or cross his path, for the simple fact the many times he was in the White House, right? but I don't think that she was engaged in anything. This is just my opinion. I don't think she was engaged in anything illegal, but I also don't believe that, but I also don't believe that Bill wasn't engaged in some of the things and knows some of the things that he probably should have shared. So that's just my opinion. Welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, so let me pull this up. There it is. Let's share my screen. See what she says. Epstein went to White House 17 times while he was in office, and he claims she didn't see him not one. Not true. I don't believe it. You're there because the president. Oh, y'all got a crook in my neck. You're there because of the president. What do you mean? So, like, you know how this week, y'all, listen, I didn't even get to go get my hair done. It's been so much going on, but that's okay. Neither here nor there. But you know how, like, when people come to the White House and they come to visit the president, or, you know, they're in these high positions or whatever, right? There's always a dinner party. You're always going to host the guest, right? So you're going to tell me out of 17 times that he came to that White House, 17 times, y'all didn't have dinner together? You didn't host him at all? Whether it was over in the presidential suite or in the actual dining area where they have dinner party, like, you didn't see him not one time? Y'all didn't host him not one time? Not even the first time he came, which is why I believe she said, not that I recall, so that I'm not lying under oath. Maybe I did, I just don't recall it. And I think that's just how it's going to be. I really just think that's how it's going to be. Like, people are not going to get on there and tell their truth about what they did. He even, like, I feel like Bill Clinton even protected Donald Trump to an extent. He did nothing that I know of. But I already know this is all politics, right? So if I say something about him, he gonna tell my dirty secrets. So I can't tell his dirty secrets and expect him not to come and tell mine. That's just how it's gonna work. That's what I believe. So what are we even dealing with it for? Because somebody should be arrested by now and ain't. Let me see. And there's more on this we're gonna talk about later in the live, but let's move on to 50. Oh, what happened? Did I turn it off? What's wrong? Oh, okay. So you guys, I really never understood. I don't, and maybe now that we're live here, because I was just kind of dipping in and out, but can somebody tell me, why are 50 and T.I into it? What started this? What did he do to Tiny to make the whole entire family come out against him? Would be my question. Like, what had happened? Tell me what happened, because now I noticed that they were saying, T.I was like, is you real quiet now, right? Well, 50, he comes out and he says on his Instagram, I believe his Instagram page, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? Dame thought I wasn't coming. I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're going to ask about your 20 essay crime cases, you might want to talk to a crisis PR person. So what is 50 telling us, y'all? We've heard so many times since they've been bickering back and forth that yeah, but King said something after they were bickering back and forth. And I'm just trying to see where it started, right? So, but 50 is telling him, but okay, so before 50 posted this, it was rumored, or it was the conversation around 50 got a video, a lot of footage on T.I and Tiny about some essay charges on their alleged victims. Now 50 is on his Instagram page saying, I was really quiet before the Diddy dropped too, which he was, and people was saying 50 ain't dropping no documentary. And when he dropped, it was the talk of the century. So if I was T.I and Tiny, I think at the very least, I would lawyer up and just walk silently. Hey, Montana, thank you for coming. What did Harlem say? King Karen. Allegedly, they talked behind the scene to do the verses, but in public, 50 said he wasn't going to do it. Oh, so it's about him not going to getting on the verses. Right said they both goofy, fighting like pretty women, pathetic. Yeah, to me, whenever it started, I was like, ain't they a little bit too old for this? Like, haven't they graduated from this? Nonetheless, 50 Cent is sending a strong message. He's saying, don't worry, don't even worry about it, because when I drop this footage, you gonna need your PR crisis person. I didn't know you was live. I text you. Did you not see it? I'm sorry. And then Harlem said T.I started talking mess about 50, talking about Tiny, and he posted a pic of her looking crazy. Well, I hate, I have a crook in my neck, y'all. Sorry. But I hate that they had to bring Tiny in it, and he made her look like a little leprechaun, and then he just picked her up and threw her. Sorry, T.I and Tiny, because I like y'all too, but that was funny. That was funny to me, and it's not right to do that. Like, don't be talking about each other's mom, because I felt like it was real disrespectful what King did. So at this point, we got 12 people in here. Put a 1 in the chat if you think, like, let me give y'all the back before we do that. King was coming out on the strength that 50 was talking about his mother. We know how boys are about their mothers. We know how young men are about their mothers, right? We know how kids are about their mothers. And so when 50 came out and talked about his mom, now I know he grown too, so right? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think King absolutely get a pass for doing this, or put a 2 if you think King should have just stayed out of it and let that be between T.I and 50. That, like, no matter what he said, what they said back and forth to each other, the kids should have stayed out of it. A 1 if King get a pass, a 2 if stay out of these grown folks' business. Let these men handle these men. 0, don't care. But right, I want you to participate. So I knew Montana, Harlem said 2, right said 0. Right, you so funny to me. And then I knew Montana that if you would say anything about it, that you would say King did right. And I think it's because on the strength of his mom, right? You don't talk about my mama, and you don't get to do that, and I don't say nothing, right? But I'm with Harlem, as I feel like me and Harlem be on the same page. But I feel like for me, if you ask me about it, to speak up for your mama. No, it was 1. It was 1 right for you if you say speak up for your mom. Which, right, like I'm feeling like I know if somebody says something about my mama, I'm not going to be well with it, and I am going to pop off. But here's what I'm saying. We know about these rap battles all the time. We know that they just get in the studio and they make diss tracks on each other, and it goes on and on and on until it doesn't happen no more. And that T.I know the business, 50 know the business. Like, just do that. But yet the whole family has something to say because he said something about Tiny, they mama. So whenever I was looking in the I was looking at different blogs, I was looking at comments and stuff. It was like 50, it was like more of 70-30, and the 70% was like King should have said something because that's his mom. He had every right, so he gets a pass. But then the other 30 was like, let them handle it, let them battle it out and leave it alone. And now it has gone so far to the extent where King comes out with a picture of 50 mama on his shirt. It's crazy. And then when TMZ catch T.I and Tiny, and they want to ask Tiny how she feel about it, T.I gets in the middle. We ain't talking about that no more. We going on. So I think T.I want to just squash it and leave it alone at this point, because he wouldn't let Tiny answer the question. Not FaZe is talking about my mama. Yes, about my mama. Which is why I say I get what King is saying, but we talking about rap beef, right? Where they can get in the studio, make a diss track, and be done with it. Now it done got all the way to the point that 50 very well could have some footage that could hurt T.I and Tiny. If it's anything like the Diddy documentary, it could possibly hurt them. I don't know. Does someone have a project coming out? Okay, so maybe you create some beef just to get some attention on it because you got a project coming out, like they do, like Tamar did, right? Could be. It could be that. But I feel like even if he has another Power coming out, I don't think he had to go to this extent to get the eyes on Power, because Power is powerful. People love Power. But you never know. You never know. Said something. I don't know. You could. So anyway, I feel like it kind of got out of control. Poor Tiny stuck in the middle, don't get to say nothing, but all them kids came out for her. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see like what 50 has when it comes to maybe some footage on T.I and Tiny. Because as we know, it's not a secret. Tiny and T.I have been to court about SA, about Tiny going out and getting girls, recruiting for her own pleasures. Did you hear we heard it all. So if 50 has something, it would be very interesting to see what 50 got going on. Yeah. Welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it so much. So much. Anyway, let's move on. We have a couple of little topics to talk about. But I did want to touch on that because of the simple fact that 50 said he had something under his sleeve. So, but he also said he got more footage on Diddy too. We'll see about that. And by the way, speaking of Diddy will be getting out 2 months earlier than his normal date. Supposed to get out in June. He may be getting out in April 2028. So, and he has an appeal that he's requesting, but I'll just say it. I don't think that they're going to grant him an appeal. I do not think that Sean Combs is going to get an appeal to get out early. If he does, I'll take it back. I'll eat it and I'll say sorry. But I don't think that they're going to, just like Tory Lanez, how many appeals did he put in until it capped off, and now he's going to have to do that 10 years? I think this is the same way with Diddy. They're going to make him do at least these 4 years before he gets out. And then if any classes he takes, anything like that, they'll give him good time to get out. Now it's got down to April, from June to April. So he may get some more good time, but I don't think that he will win an appeal to get totally out and get off of it, or to have a retrial or whatever. I don't see that happening. There were multiple women that talked about them rugging them. So I don't know if they want to try 50. Didn't we say 50 is a little petty? I think he even said, this wig is driving me insane. But didn't we say that 50 was petty? 50? I don't think I would mess with him either. Just because he's petty, and he will come up with something. And guess what? People will watch. People will watch. No, Diddy hasn't done anything to learn his lesson. No, especially at this point, like, he haven't been down enough. He ain't felt it enough to say, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done." And I feel like that's how the judge is looking at it. I think that's what appellate court will say. I just don't think that. I really don't think that he will get an appeal, just like Tory Lanez. But really, if I'm honest about Tory Lanez, I think that I thought that it was a quite a big possibility that Tory would have gotten an appeal and won an appeal, but that didn't work. It didn't work. So they're done with appeals with Tory. They're like, we're done. You are capped out, no more. So I don't know that they're capping out with Sean Combs, but I don't think he will get an appeal. So let me take a minute to say thank you to everybody that has stopped by or that is here right now. If you came in and did not hit the like button, go ahead and double tap your screen, hit the like. It keeps us in the algorithm, all that good stuff. And it's a free way to support the channel. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button. We would appreciate it. We got some interviews coming up, y'all. Some good interviews coming up. So you guys will want to stay tuned. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it. What did Rick say? They're all pretty. I got millions. I'm minding my business and working on projects. They're all petty, is what you said. Yeah. Yeah, but it's the entertainment business, and basically that's just what is going to go on. This is gonna happen until the end of time. Let's talk about Fantasia and her father. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I just want to reiterate that. Never mind. We ain't gonna go there. Never mind about Fantasia. We talked about it. I'll leave it alone. Let's just move on. Y'all, tell me what's going on with this one. What's the problem? Like, oh shoot, why didn't you let it in? Oh, they're not gonna let me play it. They're not gonna let me play it. So let me try something else. They didn't let me play it. All right. All right. We'll talk about her for a little bit. Let me see where we at. Hey, Kenneth, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. He said, F him, just rap and stop playing the police. So were you talking about 50? Are you talking about, who are you talking about, 50? I think he is. Let's share my screen. All right, let's move on to the next. So I really want to, I want to understand this person right here. Like, Britney Spears was arrested for DUI, and they're also saying that she had some substance with her when she was arrested, and it's unfortunate. Do we think that the conservatorship was snatched away too soon, or should not have been snatched away at all? Because I recall this really clearly, that everybody said that Britney Spears conservatorship needs to be resolved. Like, get her off of a conservatorship. She's a grown woman. She can handle her business. She can handle what she needs to handle on her own without a conservatorship. We saw that Britney did really good for a little while, right? And then she fell off. And we started seeing her, which I had one, but they won't let me play it. And then, and then we started seeing her like crash out on Instagram lives and her dance routines. And I feel like looking like a mess, right? And like she was just spiraling out all on her lives, only to end up with another DUI a couple of days ago. And also that incorporated what they're saying is rugs. One of her sons are grown now, and one of her sons came out and said, if there was if there was actual rugs in her possession, there's no helping her. Like, there's no help for her. She's not going to stop. I really, truly, I am one of those that said she don't need to be in a conservatorship. We need to let this woman be. She's a grown woman. She can take care of herself. She can take care of her finances. She can do what she needs to do for herself to be a viable citizen, to be what she needs to be okay. I don't think that it's just alcohol and rugs. I think there's mental issues going on as well. But she wanted out of that conservatorship and she fought for that. And now here we are again. She goes back to jail. And again, I feel sorry for her. I liked Britney Spears. I like her still. I just hate that this is her life. And so I was reading something and they were saying, listen, when you've been in the business as long as Britney Spears have, and you didn't have good people around you like Britney didn't have, because if so, they would have ran a little tighter ship with her. Then all those years being in this industry has corrupted Britney, whether it's drugs or alcohol. I have to throw mental health in there as well. So they're just like ain't no coming back for Britney. But I feel like if she gets help and she'll accept the help that she needs, then maybe, you get there. But her son doesn't have any hope if they literally found rugs in the car. I'm not sure if they confirmed that, but that was part of it. Everyone is blaming her. No one is blaming the people that really weren't helping her for over a decade. It's just what I said, right? What about the people around you? Britney started in this industry as a child, right? So she had a whole mama and a whole daddy. Why was there not a tighter ship ran for her? She was huge, and that's a lot for a kid. Britney's been a superstar, and that's a lot for a kid. What was it what was so difficult that her mother or the people around her weren't better people for her? So while she is grown and can make her own decisions, all that, blah, 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 she started in this industry as a child. And you guys have been on interviews. You've heard the interviews where you talk to celebrities and They say this industry, I've heard several people say this industry will chew you up and spit you out and do not care and drive right over you. And I feel like that's what happened with Britney. That's just what I think. I feel like the people around her wanted her money. Her dad wanted her money. That's what I think. It's just my opinion. Her and her mom could get along, could barely get along. Like, it's hard. And you're right, Harlem. A lot of child stars have it hard. They do. Just like you saw that young man out on the street living homeless, and his friends went to rescue him. And he was so used to being in the street and homeless, he left the hotel room that they got in. That's his life. Where were the people around him? Where was his support system? So when you see the kids that been in this industry started out as little kids, they struggle. What about what's her name? The black girl that was in Disney. So pretty. I can't think of her name, but she had came on live and she was breaking down, crying, having mental anxiety, all kinds of stuff because of the industry. And she happened to have two other sisters in the industry. Listen, Darren Henson, he said, when we started talking about the industry, I was saying, people say this industry is a tough industry, but he was saying, yeah, but it is, but it's also good. It's good to some people. It's good to the people that have people around them that ain't playing that mess. So like with Ray J and Brandy, they had a tough mama that went to the meetings, that showed up at the meetings. Whenever they fired Miss Norwood, Brandy kept it together somewhat. She had her issues, but she's kept it together. And Ray was already going off the Richter anyway. So we can't totally say it's that there's not good people around them always, and they're going to just be perfect, because there are good people. At some point, they're going to be able to make their own decisions, and they're not going to make the right decisions. And I think that's what happened with Ray, because he had a mom and a daddy that did not play about them two kids. So it's choices. Oh, they were going to Darren last week. They were going at Darren last week in his comments on IG. Why? For what? China. That's her name. China. She was the money. That's why. No momagers. Yep. That's why. That's why. And I was on an interview with Miss Norwood. And we talked, and my question to her was like, okay, so what if I had a child that wanted to get in this entertainment industry and I wanted to be a momager? And she was like, absolutely no. She said, I'm telling you by experience, there's no momager. You're either the manager and your mama behind the scenes. You don't come out momager. Like, she gave us the whole spiel when she answered my question. She was like, good question. Let me tell you no, and let me tell you why I'm saying no. So you can't, like, it's better off just to hire good management and not your family, not your people, not your mama, and not your daddy. So that's what I think. China McClain, that's her. That's her. China came out. She was crying. She was distraught about this industry. And she talked about it like for a minute. Like, you would go on, she would come live like every day, and she would talk about this industry, especially as a child star. It's crazy. Back to Darren. He posted a pic of Britney and said that didn't look like his friend. Well, she doesn't look like Britney. To me, that's what I was going to play on here. She's not the one that came into this industry, right? Before her boys was taken. And so why was they mad? What? What kind of stuff are they saying to him? Just because he posted that? Let me see. And everyone was saying, why post her looking like that if it was his friend? Help her. Well, even if he posted it or not, she's posting it all over the creation, right? But do you agree with them? Or is it okay for him to post that and say, this is not my friend? Or is that putting her on the spot? Like, I don't know. Why are we going at him? I don't know. But anyway, let me read this. All right, let me get my glasses. What Britney Spears texted to her friend and former assistant after DUI. Britney Spears told her longtime friend and former assistant Sean Phillips that she's doing okay after she was arrested for driving under the influence in California. Britney Spears is stronger than yesterday, according to her inner circle. In fact, her longtime friend and former assistant Sean Phillips revealed what the toxic singer texted him shortly after she was arrested in California for driving under the influence. She said, "I'm okay," he shared during the March 6th broadcast of Good Morning Britain. And I said, "Do you mind if I speak about this?" She's like, "Yeah, go ahead." Sean, who said he talks to Britney on a daily to weekly basis, went on to explain how the incident is not a slippery slope to worse behavior. It's not her character, Sean continued. She's not a harmful person. He added of the 44-year-old, she is one of the most strong women that I've ever like met. She just keeps going. She just keeps on going. Britney was taken into custody in the Ventura County area around 9 p.m. on March the 4th, according to police records viewed by E! News. She was released the following morning with a court appearance scheduled for May the 4th. In the wake of her arrest, a rep for Britney spoke out to say the Grammy winner is going to take the right steps and comply with the law. This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable, the spokesperson told E! News in a March 5 statement. Hopefully, she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time. The rep also shared that Britney's sons with her ex, Kevin Federline, Sean Preston, 20, and Jaden James, 19, will be spending time with her during this chapter. The spokesperson added, her loved ones are going to come up with an overdue needed plan to set her up for success for her well-being. While Kevin has not publicly addressed Britney's arrest, her other ex-husbands, Sam Asghari and Jason Alexander, both urged the public not to spread the rumors. Everybody makes mistakes and everybody deserves privacy, Sam said during the March 6th appearance in News Nation. If we learn from history, we have to understand the press could hurt somebody recovering from a situation like this. Meanwhile, Jason wrote on Instagram, rumors spread faster than facts, and suddenly someone is being judged before the truth is ever clear. I get that. I believe that. He added, Britney Spears deserves the same thing anyone else does: facts, fairness, and due process. I believe it. I mean, I agree. I agree with him. I think that when we see that it's Britney, we automatically jump to like conclusions about her. And I still don't know what the facts are other than it was a DUI and possible drugs. But again, is she really in a place where she can handle that? And this is just a fluke incident? Like, I don't know. I just, whatever's going on for Britney, I just want her to get help, the help she needs, and to be okay. He put the pic saying that wasn't him. Okay. But to watch his documentary. I may be looking at it wrong, but I see how they see he posted her, or this doesn't look like my friend. She used to be happy, but go look at my documentary and you will see her differently. Okay. Were they in their feelings because he's promoting his documentary? But yet, I mean, go see who she was when they recorded, because she's in it. She's in the documentary. So I don't know. At the end of the day, people are going to have their own opinions, and that's just that. And everybody's not going to agree with what you think, what I think, what he thinks, what she thinks. You know, it's going to be all different scenarios. And so, but I just still believe everybody has their right to their opinion. If we're looking at who we know about Darren, what we know about Darren, I don't think he meant it in a malice way. I think I would be able to say that about him. Like, he didn't mean any harm. It's just like, dang, this don't even look like my friend. Y'all go look and see this is who she really is. I don't know. So leaked toxicology said 0.608 is illegal in the state, but you can still be arrested for erratic driving and speeding. When they said that she went at 9 o'clock and got out in the morning, I think they also might, depending on how you are acting or, you know, what they see, they go and they say, okay, you got to go to jail and you can stay in here until you sleep it off. Right. And then you go to court and you deal with the courts. I don't know, but I hate it for her because I like Britney. I hate that it just always seemed to be something. Right. So we'll see. But anyway, good luck, Britney, on your journey. Sad. All right, let's move on. I do want to talk about this because we're going to watch this tomorrow live. Yeah, I do, right? I just hope she's okay. And I like her. Okay. I want to watch this fight tomorrow. So you guys know Salt and Pepper. Pepper's daughter, Egypt, I never knew she was a fighter. I never knew Egypt was a boxer. But I knew her brother was really good at, was it kickboxing or something, karate or something, very good at it, right? So this is happening tomorrow, and I think I want to watch it live. I did not know, like I said, that Egypt would be fighting.
This girl's just here.
So there you have it. Peppa's daughter is fighting tomorrow on Dinza, whatever they call it, and I have it, so I want to watch it. The first time I heard about Egypt, again, Peppa and Tretch's daughter, by Naughty Nature, Salt and Pepper. She's going to be fighting tomorrow, and we're gonna watch it. But the first time I heard about her fighting or boxing was she called Krishan out. She said that she would be, when they was looking at a contender for Krishan, she said that she would take Krishan, but they didn't bite, so she got somebody else. I don't know, Krishan might do all right. I was worried. I was a little worried. I have to be honest, but she might be all right. So, but this girl that Egypt is going to fight, she's a little taller than Egypt. Her arms might be a little longer, but Egypt is built like a brick house. She swings hard. She's trained well, and it would be a good fight. So what is this thing about women boxing now? I don't know. I would never do it, but I mean, I enjoy watching it, especially like a Clarissa Harlem that talks a lot of mess and is always on social media. You want to go see if she can back up what she talks about, right? So Egypt is fighting for real, and we're gonna watch it tomorrow. We got it. We're gonna watch it tomorrow live and see what the outcome is. She does want to fight Krishan Harlem. She does want to fight Krishan. We'll see how Krishan does next month. We'll watch that live as well. But Egypt is literally boxing, and she's going to go do her thing. I think Egypt is going to come out on top on this one. Don't know much about the girl she's fighting. Don't really know much about Egypt's stats or whatever. But I know about her brother, and if she did any training with him or the people he trained with, and she got all of that on her belt, I think she'll do good. She'll do well. So tomorrow night we're gonna see what Egypt got, and I'm sure Pep and Trench will be right there ringside watching. And she's a mama of 2. She had another baby. Did not know that. But she looks good. Her body looks good. Like, she looks like she's ready. So we'll see. Wanted to throw that in there. All right. Let's get back on these politics really quick. Just a little bit. So let me share these people in this White House, the DOJ. All right. So she's still with, what did you say? So I haven't seen him in all of the Harlem in all of the advertisements on her live and all that. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard her mention him. But when I was looking her up, it says that she's married to him. I just wish she wouldn't have married him. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but she was in love with this man. I just didn't want him for her. But I don't know. I think they're still married. Didn't want him for her. All right, let's talk about Bondi, because Pam Bondi is really in the hot seat now. They have filed, the Department of Justice have now officially filed to have Pam Bondi impeached. And Harlem, don't you remember we said she'd be the next one up to be either fired or let go or whatever? They have actually officially voted and filed something to have her impeached from being the Attorney General. So let me look. After Pam Bondi was subpoenaed, the DOJ, just published FBI 302 interviews with a woman who accused Trump of abusing her when she was a child. In other words, they were covering up claims of Trump doing that to a child and got forced into releasing the information. So pretty much, first of all, Pam Bondi was subpoenaed to be deposed, right? That was the first thing. And then after she was deposed and subpoenaed, then found out that there were files that against Trump that they actually were withholding. And so they've been forced to release 3 videos of interviews where victims are talking about how Epstein and Donald Trump violated them. And Bondi allegedly was holding those files back and was not releasing them to the public like she should have. And she's been found out. And since she's been found out, they have filed to have her impeached. Listen, Miss Nome was just fired. Yes, they did have histories. Miss Nome was fired, and we said Bondi would be next, and it looks like she is in the hot seat and she's up next to be kicked out. So yes, she did an interview. She said during questioning that she met him some years ago, even before coming to the White House and being the Attorney General, that she had met him years ago and she had known him for all that time. Great guy, all these good things or whatever. And so it has nothing to do with her being in the White House now. She's been knowing him. So they did have some type of history going on with them. I feel like if she's wrong and if she was withholding evidence to protect her boss, that was wrong, and that she has to be accountable for that. And so right now that they got Nome out of there, Kristi Nome out, they are going. Bondi should have known. She should have known that she was next. And so now that's where they are. So yeah, take a look, because in this interview that she did, Harlem, she didn't really say that there was anything other than that, right? That there was more, but maybe I missed it. They're going to make Bondi testify again. Yes, they have subpoenaed her, so she's going to testify. If she comes out fiery and combative, she's going to stay the course. If she is much more reserved, she's ready to comply. And that remains to be seen. That right remains to be seen, because thus far she had protected Clinton to the nines. She protects him with all that she has. And we talked about that. Y'all are protecting him right now, but if you cross him, if it doesn't benefit him, and you do something, the slightest thing wrong to him, you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired. And he fired Kristi Nome, but as Harlem was saying, her and Donald Trump has this friendship prior, so they've been friends forever. It'll be a little bit harder for him to fire her, but it won't take him to do it, because they're on top of her. They're on her butt. They're on her. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Pam Bondi. She's definitely going to have to be deposed, but they're also looking to impeach her. And we'll see. Like they said, there are 3 videos, that talks about Epstein and Donald Trump violating underage girls. And they said it will be these 3 videos that will get Donald Trump. We'll see. You always say, oh, we got him now. Oh, we got him. He got felonies and still the president. Ain't seen a day behind bars. Oh, and when he turned himself in, he ain't go behind no bars. He might give fingerprints, whatever, I don't know, but he ain't go behind no bars. So, yeah. We'll see. All right, what else do I have, or do I have anything else for tonight? I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it for tonight. Let me see what he said. If she goes to jail, obstruction of justice, but she still stands to make lots of money in the private sector once released for keeping her mouth shut. So many people are connected to this. Fixers, lawyers, other administrators. Yeah. Yeah. You said it. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, Pam Bondi, you know, what's going to be her fate. I'm telling you that they are not playing with these people. They're tired. They're fed up. They're like, listen, y'all ain't doing nothing. So we're going to make something happen. And we're going to bring these people forward and we're going to make them accountable for the things that they do, that they done, that they want to deny and not take responsibility for. Right? So there you have it. So that's all I had tonight. I'll go gather more information. There's so much to talk about. So we'll come back tomorrow on live. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all. Since it's not that many people here, I will go ahead and tell y'all what happened before we go. So no, I'm not ready to talk. I already felt it. I'm not ready to talk about it. But I will tell y'all. Hey, Bad Bunny. I hope y'all have a good night. I thought I was gonna be able to tell y'all, but I'll tell y'all sometime. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. It felt good to come back. And now we're foot on the gas. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's keep going. Thank you, right? Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was ready. I just felt that all over me. I couldn't do it. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Right here tomorrow. Same about the same time, probably a little earlier. I don't know. It's Saturday, but we've been dealing with tornadoes and storms tonight. I didn't think I was gonna have no electricity to come live, but it was all good. So y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for coming. Happy Friday. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.